Hello, my little weirdos. Okay, so I took a little break from politics for a while, listened to Charlotte Dober and Dark Fluff, and just got out of the politics, got into the Karens. And let me read you this. Trump was completely defeated in court today. An almost unprecedented occurrence in recent history. On a single day, multiple federal courts declared key directives of a sitting president unconstitutional. It's a day on which, as a journalist, one can barely keep up. Not with the weight of the rulings, not with one's own sleep. Anyway, Trump's decrees deflected in the courts, the judiciary versus the state. Okay, on April 24, 2025, it wasn't the American people who held Donald Trump accountable. It was the law. Federal judges across the country struck down several core measures of his authoritarian reorganization of society. One presidential decree after another met with judicial resistance. Okie dokie. Proof of citizenship blocked. Tells you who did what, but Trump's directive requiring proof of documented U.S. citizenship for federal voter registration. The requirement was to be fulfilled through passports, military IDs, real ID compliant driver's licenses. The measure endangered the voting rights of millions of U.S. citizens and was incompatible with the constitutionally guaranteed right. Now, he did that as they still are doing the SAVE Act, which Congress said, and then they have to vote on that. Now they're trying to do that again because they were blocking this. So that is blocked. Two names against the deportation machine. The two people voted, the two judges in Maryland, and condemned the Trump administration for unlawfully deporting a man named Christian, right, to El Salvador, and his asylum. We all know that his asylum application was still pending. You can't just stop that. The sanctuary cities prevailed, and Trump lost that. And in California, they're trying to cut the funding, and they'll try to do it to all of them. They'll try to cut the funding for like blue states that are states that they will say are a sanctuary city. The ones that will not comply with the government, the law enforcement, they're not going to just hand over people to the ICE, and such, when it's being done unconstitutionally. We're not going to partake of that type of thing. He lost on that. In New Hampshire, Federal Judge Cafferty pushed back against the Education Department's anti-diversity campaign, said the guidance aimed at dismantling DEI programs in school was constitutionally vague and infringed on the free speech of educators. If a professor is punished for teaching that structural racism exists, but not punished for denying its existence, that is textbook viewpoint discrimination. Okay? Judge Gallagher in Maryland intervened. She halted the enforcement of an education memorandum that forced teachers to choose between silence and sanctions. Such an order, she ruled, was not only vague, but a direct attack on free speech and education itself. And an authoritarian president caught in the judiciary's net. So, what this day reveals is more than legal precision. It's the constitutional outcry against an executive that seeks to override the law. Donald Trump aimed to use executive power to reshape the entire voting system, silence marginalized groups, regiment education, and criminalize migration. But on April 24, 2025, the judiciary, from Washington to California, stood firm against this assault on democratic order. What remains in this insight, if the separation of powers still functions in America, it does so despite, not because of this president. I agree. So this is encouraging. Yes, I mean, I find it's encouraging. The courts. That was the one thing we weren't sure. Were the courts corrupted enough that they would just give up their power to him and just not even bother fighting him? Just give up and go ahead and let him rule, let his ruling stand, type of thing. That was what was remained to be seen. It's very possible the courts are standing up to him because we, the people, are making our opinions known. I know myself. I have directly, not that any of them have heard it, but I have directly said to SCOTUS and to Congress, if you keep helping him, if you keep just letting him run roughshod over everything, and you don't stop things, you're going to lose your branch, and you're going to lose SCOTUS. And because he won't need you, and he'll have enough power. Stop giving him more power, because he's just going to keep going. He's not ever going to stop. And you will not have a job either way. It leaves this way, if he's disgraced, fuck him. He's not going to primary anybody at that point. So you don't have to worry. I do think that had the American people not started over a month ago protesting, and even on the ones that aren't national ones, every week there's something going on. I know there's people at the two different footbridge overpasses in New Jersey now, not just one. There may be more than two, but I know for sure there's another one every weekend with protesting different topics that are being attacked that particular week. So this is all getting through to them. And like I said, I am not by far the only one who has been keeping the pressure on the Congress and SCOTUS and keep reminding them, you keep giving him everything he wants and he won't need you either anymore. Remember that. Stop being so damn scared. You're going to lose your job if you keep enabling him. Keep enabling him and you're going to lose your job for sure. If you stop enabling him, as if you may or may not fuck up your career, but you're definitely going to. You'll just get your career eliminated eventually by him if you keep giving in to him. So, like I said, I am by far not the only one that has been saying that. So hopefully maybe some of that has gotten through to them and they're finally not just flippantly, like Cannon was, just flippantly giving him all these little, slips that she possibly could. And It's good to see. Thank you guys, judges that have done this. It's good to see that you're not corrupted and that you're still judges of the United States of America the way the United States of America is supposed to be, and that was before January 20th of this year. So I just, to the rest of you in the future that come across any of Republican or Donald Trump cases, continue to be fair, because it's either you're just going to give up your career and let him have everything he wants and let him just eliminate you. There won't be anything left to bribe you for. He'll just make decrees, executive orders. He won't need Congress. He hasn't given a damn to ask you to consider anything yet, has he? He's not making use of his. The only time he makes use of the judiciary is when he wants something from them or when they make him come in front of them. I mean, honestly, what are y'all standing behind him for still? He's going to throw you under the bus anyway. And then get rid of your job. First he'll throw you under the bus and then he'll get rid of the jobs. But anyway, yeah, so so far the judicial, the majority of the judges, I can't say the same for some people like Cannon, Habba. Hey, Alina, I'm in New Jersey. That's my state. Just stay out of my way, unless you want an earful for 30 minutes. Okay? This is my fucking state. You weren't a glint in your father's fucking eye when I was here. Okay? You're just a little punk, publicity slut, half-baked 2-cent lawyer. Fucking little president slut. I mean, I'm sorry, but you whored yourself out for Donald. And he used you up too and shoved you off to New Jersey. The only fucking thing he cares about New Jersey is his stupid, stinky old alcohol-free golf course, resort, and cemetery where he has buried people. Nice resort. Ooh, let's go celebrate at the cemetery part. Janice, will you marry me? Honey, why are you proposing next to an overgrown is that a grave? Yeah. I see you, Alina, and I gotta tell you, if you ever fucking get anywhere in my proxemics, you just better step the fuck back, or I might tell you what I think of you. I won't touch you. You're not worth my freedom, trust me. But I have a mouth, and I'm allowed to use it still. So I'd suggest you just keep to your little fucking prison cell of Jersey there. Stay the fuck out of my way. Because I got a lot of things to say to you, you little fucking president whore. Slut. I'm surprised that they don't disbar you. You were working as a parking lot attorney. I am so underwhelmed and unimpressed. I never was. I mean, quite honestly, Alina, you know the media all looked at you with disdain from the start. I mean, the way they introduced you was she's a parking lot attorney. She's a parking lot lawyer from New Jersey. What'd you do? Were you at Bedminster one day and bent over to pick up your golf ball or something? Is that how you met him? I wouldn't be surprised. Was it next to Ivana's grave? I know. You were whoring and panting after him. God knows why. Since before then. You're disgraceful. You are. You're deplorable. Just absolutely stupid. And when you said you'd rather be pretty than smart because you can fake smart, well, you can't fake smart, and you certainly can't fake it. You lost every one of his cases, didn't you? Guess you couldn't fake it, huh? And you're really not that pretty, so oops. Dang. But you're really not. Little president slut. You're just an attention whore. Just like all MAGA women. All MAGA women. Plastic attention whores. Plasticine women.